Hello, everyone. We have today with us Avanthi Banala. Avanthi has done her AMPBA program from ISB, Indian School of Business, and she worked with TCS as a software engineer, and now she's working with Ericsson. Her experience is very clean, unlike hopping companies frequently. She joined TCS and now she's working with Ericsson. And she's working in the space of machine learning. I've seen that she has built prediction models, recommendation engines, etc. But thank you so much, Avanthi, first of all, for providing your time. And we would like to ask you a few questions, Avanthi, and we would like to understand from your side on what is it, how is the world moving? Right? The first question is, a lot of people who want to venture into this field are not even aware of what kind of real-world projects people work on. So would you like to throw some light on that, on what are a few of the real-world projects that you handle?
Yeah, that's a warm welcome, Barney. Thank you so much for having me. And I think I've started my career in telecom industry, and I've been working in telecom industry from the beginning of my career. And I've seen things evolve from 4G to 5G, and we're currently using 5G standalone techniques and rapidly progress to launch 6G in next couple of years with some of the greatest infrastructure and technology we do have. Using Gen AI, LSTMs, machine learning, deep learning, and bots. So I'm very fortunate that I'm in an industry which is rapidly growing, and I'm glad that I'm getting an opportunity to work or build things around machine learning. So currently in telecom industry, I think data science or AI is now the need of the hour. And I'm glad that I've got an opportunity to build a machine learning model, which basically identifies the gap and make predictions based on the input that the user tries to give to the model and the tailored solutions that we train to the ML model. So I've trained it with millions of chunks of data to give one of the best experience to the user whenever he's trying to ask for a query. Use some collaborative filtering techniques and clustering techniques to build the model. And I think also at the organizational level, I could see that a lot of Gen AI models that are being built for providing the runnable and executable code for some of the important network elements that we try to give. So I think telecom industry right now is just growing at its pace where we could identify the solutions in a much more accurate, efficient, and quicker way, right? I think in today's world, it's not about to build things or write a code, but it's about to build things in a much more efficient, accurate, and quicker way. That's what I'm looking at things, not only in telecom industry, but also in other industries as well. To quote, one, two examples that I am seeing in telecom industry are, I have this one example which really caught my attention in recent times is we are using network slicing to network slicing concept to shift the traffic from a high density signal area to a low bring the signal from a low density signal area to a high density signal area using network slicing to give the users the best of experience to get a signal at a traffic signal point, right? So whenever there are 200 people at a particular traffic signal point, not everyone could connect to a particular tower in that area or network. So we are using machine learning algorithms and reinforcement learning to analyze the traffic patterns to predict future demands, and also using some centralized control system to control the monitor the network conditions. So I think this way data science or AI is now enabling or being part of every solution that is that we have in our day-to-day life. So I think using this network slicing for power consumption or identifying traffic patterns or giving the best of user experience in telecom is rapidly growing, which is helping users to give much more improved user experience and network efficiency that way. So, yeah.
Wonderful. These are a few cool and very interesting use cases that you have spoken about in the space of telecom, especially the way you are using GenAI to come up with the code, which in turn is helping you, optimize your network algorithms, if I were to call so. And then you're also working on network slicing concepts, where if in a specific location, a lot of people are connected to a tower, the speed will come down significantly. So you are using machine learning, reinforcement learning, which will learn on its own, and then distribute the traffic accordingly so that users always experience best signals, best network bandwidth, right? Amazing, Avanthi, I'm so happy to hear this because it's been a while that people have spoken about reinforcement learning, right? And the real applications of that. I know for a fact that it's used extensively in stock market, but this is one of the amazing use cases in the space of reinforcement learning. Thank you so much for that. And the second question, Avanthi, is there are quite a few people who want to surf on the wave of AI. And a lot of people want to get into this field. However, industry expects someone with real world knowledge. But this real world knowledge cannot be accrued by working on Kaggle kind of competitions. So what is your solution for them? For the people, for the youth, for students who are coming out of the colleges or working professionals who want to switch, or those who have a career gap and then want to switch, what is your guidance for them? Or what is your suggestion for them?
Yeah, I think it's not too many years that I have graduated, but I would like to tell one thing that I think these days coding is done by Gen AI models, and I think down the lane, coding is something that AI can take over it. Not completely. I would definitely not be against of like learning a programming language, but I think definitely data science is now an need of that you know if 20-30% would be learning a programming language, then I would definitely say like understanding the application point of view and also learning a lot of algorithms on how you use them in your day-to-day life, because I think in all your IoT devices or anything to that perspective, we have AI around us while using your apps in your day-to-day life, the devices that you use. I think everything is around AI and IoT, and I think understanding the application point of view and maybe a high-level understanding of how a particular algorithm works, basic algorithms work, is something maybe people should get on it. And then maybe no, it's just about the fact that you know how a decision tree works, then you could get a number of algorithms. If not random forest, there could be some other algorithm that could perform better than random forest in some ways. So it's about, I think, learning some of the algorithms that the current AI or machine learning use cases have. So I think that should work, and also understanding the application point of view, and maybe maybe try and solve some real-time use case scenarios, like attending some boot camps, working with working professionals, maybe attending an internship which is mostly not based on like coding or something, but also which includes an application point of view of AI or ML, is something that I would suggest people who really wanted to be into that domain or wanted to get into data science domain of understanding how things work.
Wonderful. Well said, Avanthi. So Avanthi is clearly telling us that don't be programming centric. Try to understand the business problem, try to understand the application, and try to solve real world problems by probably working as an intern somewhere, right? But if that internship demands you to just do programming, you rather don't take that opportunity. Because as Avanthi has rightly said, a lot of programmers and coders nowadays are using generative AI. That's easier, right? You generate quickly some piece of code and then you start doing tweaks to it. In fact, I'm also recommending our team to look at Maccabee cyclomatic complexity, Halstead program length, comments for every line of code, maintaining the code modularity, all these things in the prompt. And GenAI would take care of everything. And yeah, you can write the logic in English language and then it gets translated into some program. And then you can read that program and make sense out of that, or ask GenAI itself to explain you each line of code in further detail. Job done. So hence, focus should be on applications and working on real world problems. Yeah, this is what Avanthi is telling us. Thank you so much, Avanthi, for your time. And I'm certain the inputs that you have given are going to help millions of people who are going to watch this video eventually over a period of time.
Sure.
Thank you so much and do stay in touch.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you so much, Barney.
Thank you.